What's your what's your name?
Josh Spencer.
Is that your full name? Do you have a middle name?
Yeah, no shit. We'll keep it as Joshua Spencer.
Okay.
We'll keep it like that.
When did you first get introduced to skateboarding? Was it like family friend or?
One of my cousins. We went to the YMCA or YWCA.
YMCA.
YMCA. Yeah, but I was on rollerblades, but I saw them skating.
Yeah.
I saw them skating. I was on rollerblades.
At the Northeast one?
Yeah, and then I went to blade and skate on rollerblades too.
Oh, okay. That's right. I think I remember you telling me about you rollerblading.
Yeah, I was on rollerblades, and then I started skating, and then Alvin Park opened, and Carolina opened. I was there the first day Carolina opened, and then.
How old were you back then, or at that time?
At that time, when it first opened, shit, man. And I was definitely not skating good. I wasn't even doing tricks or anything, but I remember opening. It was so packed that day, looking at the big bowl, and like, what the fuck is the craziest park I'd ever seen? Like, I was like, holy shit, man. And then it was when Skate City. Well, I got my first board when Skate City was in Montana, but then it just had moved to down Montana, to the east side of Montana, you know?
Yeah.
To that other shitty location.
Yeah.
I had a World Industries board and they didn't have grip. No, I bought a board at Champs and they didn't have grip at Champs, so I went to Skate City and they gave me a green piece of grip, like green. It was funny. Hey, that's gonna look sick. So then
you got the World Industries at Champs?
Yeah, Champs Sporting Goods.
They didn't have grip?
They didn't have grip.
No.
Yeah, really? so then I got the green grip tape at Skate City. They gripped it for me.
Who was working there?
I think it was Danny. I think it was Danny at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It must have been. And then then Skate City opened in Lee Trevino in 2004. And then that's when it all kicked off. No, 2003 it opened. It's at Lee Trevino, on Lee Trevino in 2003.
Around that time, that's when I met you. That's when I first started seeing you guys, the Fresh crew. Tell me a little bit about the Fresh crew. What was that?
That was two different crews that got put together.
Yeah, two different crews?
Two different crews that we were from in middle school. Some of them were from a different middle school. We went to Hanks as freshmen, and but I had landed my first kickflip when I was 12, about to turn 13, and then I was in 8th grade. I was in 8th grade, and then freshman year, after the first kickflip, I started learning all the tricks. I started learning all the tricks kind of easier, and then so it was two different crews. It's gonna be so embarrassing. But we had a team with my homies called Girly Colors, Girly Colors, and then Aaron Mamon and these other guys had a team called Grand 22, and I was like, that's a cool name, but we can't. They didn't want our name, we didn't want their name, So we were like, we'll be Team Fresh, Team Fresh.
What was the reason for Girly Colors?
That was super embarrassing. We were trying to think of I was writing down ideas in class, and I was like, what's something that because each for each board we each had a different color. So I was like, mine will be pink, I was like, mine will be pink, and Gabe's will be yellow or something, and we were like, and it was my mom made us T-shirts too, and then it was funny ass T-shirts, and it was cool. But no, that right away changed to Team Fresh.
And then Grand 22, do you know why they called it Grand 22?
I forgot. But I thought that was a cool ass name, man.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a cool ass name.
How did you guys meet? Just skating together?
The indoor park opened. The indoor park opened, and Joe was. They made us sit down and go to church. They made us sit down and go to a church session before. I was like, I know those guys from school, and started talking to them. They were all killing it. Yeah, everyone was killing it. It was fucking cool. And then we started seeing each other at school, and it just all went off from there. Yeah. Yeah, things happened quick, like really quick, like super quick. By the time I was a sophomore, I think, you know what's crazy? Now that I'm thinking about it, when did Skate City fucking close? When did it close? What year was it?
I think it closed 2005.
You're right. It did close 2005 because I was a sophomore. And then you opened Knuckle.
Yeah, 2006.
You opened Knuckle because Skate City had a lot of bills to pay.
Yeah, I would have called it Skate City, but
yeah, that would have been cool. Knuckle was still amazing, and everyone remembers it. But yeah, and then I gave you by that time it happened so quick. By the time I was a sophomore, and you opened Knuckle, I made a sponsor me tape, and I was already like fakey tray flipping off the little red sails drop. I think that was my last trick on it, on the sponsor me tape. Mm-hmm. And after that, it just kicked off. Kicked off right away. Right away, everything was booming, real quick.
Do you remember the first? I think I asked you before, the skate video you ever saw. Not the first one you ever owned, but do you remember the first video you ever saw?
Yeah, we've talked about it before. It was Yeah Right.
Yeah Right.
Yeah, it was Yeah Right, and we saw it from beginning to end at Skate City.
At Skate
City. Because under the register, you remember?
Oh yeah.
Under the register, they had the VHSs and the DVDs, and then we watched. But also, all those, what was Misled Youth? Misled Youth. All the old videos, all Dying to Live was already out too. The first DVD that I ever bought, though, so good. Dark Star Battalion.
Oh yeah.
Dark Star Battalion. Wow, dude, that was such a fucking good video, man. And Digital Sane. Digital Sane, that was a fucking good video too. That was a fucking good video. Almost round 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Almost round 3.
Cheese and crackers.
That was a little after. I think that was 2006. Yeah. Because we watched it at Knuckle.
Yeah. No,
we watched it at Knuckle.
When was there? Did you guys just start filming right away?
I filmed almost my whole skate career. My first kickflip I ever did. I got my first camera when I was 12 on Christmas, and by the summer, I must have been 11 when I got it, and then in the summer I turned 12. But anyways, then I landed my first kickflip. I just had the camera set up there. I was like, woo! I went to go show my friend down the street, and I just popsicled. I was like, check it out, dude! And I poured one out, this and he was like, oh my god!
So after that, you just pretty much filmed every time you skate?
Every time. I'm like real. I have to film, dude. I have to film. I don't like to. I mean, if we're having a sesh, I don't know. To be honest, I won't try anything hard if it's not on film.
Yeah, I feel like I was kind of I could see that. I was kind of the same way, or at least trying the trick.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like that, but I just have to film it. I have to see it. I want to watch it.
Yeah.
And back then we weren't just posting it on Instagram.
No, yeah, I know you had to.
We would just put it on the VHS and watch it over. Take it to Skate City and show off at lunch,
Yeah. Did you guys ever make a first video that was kind of edited with all the Fresh crew? Yeah, well, actually I did one with Girly Colors, which is super embarrassing, but Sparky will laugh at this because everybody made fun of me with the song that I skated to, because we edit with the VHSs, VHS to VHS, VCR to VCR. So you had to use a CD that you had, so it's not like you could go on the internet and look up for your favorite song, Yeah, I remember that. So I just had all these shitty CDs, and there was a Jimmy Eat World. Remember Jimmy Eat World? And I used some Jimmy Eat World song for me. They'll never let that go, bro. They'll never let that go. Oh my god. Do you remember the name of that video?
No, but well, it probably was the Girly Colors video. I edited it so funny, and then we made a fresh video, and then we made a bunch of random YouTube videos, and then we'd make park videos, and they're all on YouTube, you know. They're all on YouTube still, thank God, you know.
Yeah.
And then it was around the knuckle times when we started filming with Chino and Dan, you know. That's when we started really making videos, you know. I think we made a few before the knuckle video, like Caucasian Asian 1, Caucasian Asian 2, and then we made the knuckle video. And but yeah, I mean, we're always filming. It was crazy, man. We would just set up the camera sometimes and just everyone would skate, and then we'd be so excited to just plug it in the TV and just rewatch it, you know.
Yeah. What I've noticed, well, I mean, obviously, like, working with you on a couple of edits and stuff, what makes you, or what made you want to make like a video part every year? Because I remember that was something you did, right?
That was honestly not intentional. It was just it just happened because we were constantly filming. A lot of people used to get mad at me too because I would use all my footage, you know. I would use all my footage because a lot of people were like, just make a 3-minute part, you know, just make a 3. And I was like, no, I wasted a lot of time doing that other one, you know. So I was like, and you know, I might have used a couple of trash clips, but it was just because I was always on it. I was always skating, not like now, but yeah, I just always had clips, always had a filmer, you know. So that was it, you know. I think I had a part every year from 2006 to 2017.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like inevitable, you know. Like it was gonna happen regardless, you know, because we were always constantly skating.
Yeah.
We had a good crew out here, you know. We had a lot of good skaters and a lot of, you know. It was cool, you know. It was cool. Like little do people know that we were on it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were on it. Yeah.
Do you see like the scene without, like, you know, obviously when you get older, or we've gotten older, sometimes like looking at skaters and stuff, like we're always like, oh, back in my day or whatever, but
I try not to do that.
Yeah. How do you see?
I do it sometimes and I regret it.
Now that you're in El Paso, or at least seeing stuff because of social media, like, what do you think?
I'm so happy. I'm so happy for all the kids and all the younger dudes, because it gives you something to do, and it keeps you out of trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, I know it kept me out of trouble, you know. And just the progression and all the stuff that all the kids are doing, it's amazing to watch from afar, because especially that I'm not here, because I don't have my hand in the pot, you know. So I'm just watching from a distance, and it's cool, you know, to see the evolution, and all the kids are killing it, man. All the kids are killing it. I think it's a little different nowadays because they get anxious, you know. They get anxious, you know. Back in our day, we'd have to keep secrets, you know.
Yeah,
it would be like you know how it was. It'd be like I'd be like, I switch Ollie and Running Bear. It's like don't fucking tell anybody. Don't you fucking tell anybody.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You just have to wait for the video.
Yeah, you have to wait. It's like a fucking year later.
Yeah. It would take a long time, to put out. I mean,
yeah.
Do you think that's better or worse? I mean, I guess it's different, but
I think it's different. But I think a lot of them are starting to understand the concept of it all. You know, I was talking to Gavin at Crooks yesterday, Gavin Kish, and I was telling him tricks. I was giving him trick suggestions, you know, and I told him, oh fuck, I don't want to spoil this one, but I told him a trick he should do on Austin, the 8-stair handrail, and he said his eyes lit up and he pulled out his phone. He's like, I actually have that one, you know, saved. And I was so proud of that, you know, because that's understanding the fundamentals of a project, you know, and I think he's getting the big picture, you know, because it's cool to flaunt, you know, but it's cooler to save for a big project and display it in a certain way, you know. Yeah, but I mean, I don't hate on any kids that are posting stuff right away, because to each his own. Yeah. And with my old ass, if I did a badass trick, shit, you know, my ass would post it right now.
I do the same thing.
So I mean, times have changed, you know.
Yeah. What's the gnarliest trick you've seen in El Paso? Like in front of you, like in person.
In front of me.
What do you think?
There's a lot.
We'll say three.
Yeah. Man, where to begin? I don't know. I'm gonna forget something.
That's all right. One
time we went to Super Salad Rail with the PAL team. They were filming for the PAL Fun video.
Oh yeah.
And no, I'm so sorry. I was with the Baker Death Wish team. Okay, and but in the PAL Fun video, if you remember, Jordan Hoffart 50s and then clears over.
Yeah.
And then clears over the stair set, the 4-stair. They had a big ass van and fucking Figgy comes out. Well, that day Figgy did a million good tricks all over fucking El Paso, but when he went to the Super Salad, he's all, is this the rail that fucking Hoffart 50'd and cleared over? And he was like, first try, I'm gonna 50, gap to firecracker. And he did it like first try, and I was like, Jesus Christ, like, and he just went back in the van, started playing guitar. And another one, shout out to Jake Johnson from Albuquerque, in the back of Austin, the 18-stair hubba. He 5-0'd it. It was like a crooked 5-0, you know, like kind of tilted off to the side, but front side because he's goofy, you know. Yeah. And then I'm gonna front 5-0, 180 out at the end. First try. Yeah. First try.
Damn.
And
where's that on? Is that in a video or anything?
I can't remember. But let me see if I can remember one more. Take it easy, boy. Take it easy. and what's another good one? Shit, man, there's so many. I don't know. I kickflipped from a 6-stair to a 3-stair, and it was like a 6-stair to a 3-stair. Neen Williams heel flipped it when he came with the Circa team. And I just passed by it the other day, and they tore it down.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I was like, oh my god! But that was kind of cool. John Rogers 360 flipped it, so I got to give out the shout outs to everybody.
Yeah.
Let me pass you, Bodie.
Yeah. I think. Now we're both older. How hard do you think it is to keep like skateboarding in your life?
Well, I think it has to be like, you have to have a team, you know, and you have to have like motivation. I mean, I don't like to skate by myself, you know. I mean, maybe once in a while I'll go to the skate park by myself, but I think, yeah, it could be anything. I think you should, it's just getting out the door. You know, the first step is getting out the door, to be honest, which is very hard for me at this point in time. But I know I could fucking still skate. Hey, take it easy. And then, but yeah, I think if I was here in El Paso, I'd definitely be skating a lot more. Yeah, but it's all about, you just like, you know, Nike, just do it, you know?
Yeah. Is there, what about a favorite spot to skate here in El Paso?
Oh, I have so many. Take it easy, Bodie. Northeast 9, Hawkins, and 3 Drop. Take it easy, Bodie. Yeah, those are my favorites. Those are my favorites. And you could never go wrong with Austin because of the back and all that. Yeah. But honestly, anything. It was cool with how random it was back then because we'd go skating all day and I'd just pick up all the kids or all the dudes, and we'd go around skating all over the place. And sometimes I didn't even plan. The best tricks are not planned. You know, the best tricks are not planned.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes if you plan something and you overthink it, you get all in your head and you fucking, you get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of the best tricks I ever did were very, like just random. Like we showed up there and I was like, well, we're here, So yeah, but those were my favorite spots. Northeast 9 for sure.
What is it about that Northeast 9 that?
Northeast 9 had a some sort of nostalgia to it, like because freaking. What was it? Julian kickflipped. Julian was the first one to kickflip it. Yeah. And then the Panto Style video came out from Juarez.
Yeah.
Saul did like nollie 180, tray flip, something else.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, well, the run up the hallway, you could skate it at night. The size of the stair set, The first trick I ever did on it was nollie big spin. And that one I had to go back like 3 times, but yeah, that spot and Lee Trevino 12, any spot that like seemed like because John was the first person to kickflip it, remember? Yeah, fucking high as fuck.
Yeah.
Huge. When I kickflipped it, I had fucking blue grip tape. God damn it.
I tried to kickflip it once with the Aesthetics board. Remember that company?
Yeah.
But it was like a John IG. It was like a 7.4 or something.
Jesus Christ.
So I tried to kickflip and it did like a double flip and I like landed.
Oh my god.
Like taco or primo, whatever. Never tried
taco?
it again. whatever the way you like it.
Come on, go over here. Come on, we're gonna film sailing later.
Yeah.
I know.
Have you ever thought about, like, I know, like, skateboarding is, like, so, like, it's, like, kind of locked into, like, what it is, and I know some skaters, like, don't like this question, but as far as, like, do you see it as an art, or do you see it more of, like, like, you're, like, an athlete when you're skating? Do you see it's, like, you're, like...
In my perspective, I see it as a art. It's a way to express yourself, and to just like the whole.
It's kind of everything. Huh?
The world's a canvas, and then you're like skating and you're creating this canvas, and And it's never filled because I was never satisfied. I look back now and I'm like, because that's stuff I hated back in the day. Now I look at it and I'm like, that was not so bad. Yeah, but I was always very critical of myself. Yeah, but it's definitely art, and I know nowadays it is as a sport, and a lot, the contest skaters, I just think that was never my steez because I would get nervous as fuck. That's probably where my anxiety started and my high blood pressure. I was like, when they'd call your name, at Carolina, they'd be like, Martinez next,
Yeah, oh my god.
I know, it's like you're getting pulled over,
Yeah.
I was like, holy, or you're getting called to the principal's office,
Yeah, I hated it. I never liked it.
And they play some shitty song, Papa Roach.
And they have like the whoever DJ they have.
Yeah.
I mean, MC.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the beautiful Josh Spencer going down.
Clear the course. Clear the course.
Oh my god.
Can everybody clear the course?
Yeah. All right, buddy.
Whoa, and they'll call it the wrong tricks, you know? You do like a fucking crook on the step up, they'd be like, wow, no slide.
Almost had it there.
Oh my god,
man.
dude.
That was the worst. I hated it. I was never. As I've gotten older, in my opinion, it's like there's athletic elements. I mean, I don't knock anyone that says it's both and all that stuff, because it is. You do have to be. It's physical. You have to like kind of maintain yourself to.
Yeah. Well, I respect all the kids that take it as an athlete. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't suggest pushing your kid to do that, or like stressing them out. You know, like you see some of these parents like out there, like, you know, like I don't want to say like the certain you know, freaking the people in different countries, you know. Like, get your ass up and do it again. No, the reason that we started skating was because it was a rebellious sport.
Yeah.
We didn't want to, you know, I mean, for me, when I really got into it was because I played sports since 4th grade or 3rd grade till 8th grade. Yeah. But then when I got to high school, you had to have certain grades. You had to have certain grade point average, you know? Mm-hmm. And I was a straight C. I was a straight C guy, you know? Triple C's, bro. Yeah. Freaking. And anyways, so you couldn't wait. So I was like, man, fuck a team, fuck a coach. We're going to go skate, you know? Mm-hmm. I remember skating. I was going to fucking baseball tryouts like freshman year or something. Yeah. And then I saw my skater friends, and they're like, what the fuck are you doing going to baseball tryouts? We're gonna go skate, you know? And I was like, fuck, you're right. You know, I was like, fuck the fucking baseball field. Like, fuck the fucking baseball field. Yeah.
So you played sports? I didn't know you played since 4th grade.
No, yeah, since like 3rd grade.
3rd grade?
Football, basketball. I played for hockey for the Little Buzzards.
And you were also a gymnast, right? Or something like that?
God damn, come on, man.
I remember you doing flips all the time when you were skating.
I would do them at the pep rallies, and the cheerleading coaches would be like, dude, do you want to join? I'm like, are you fucking? I was like, get the fuck away from me. I was like, get the fuck away. Were you really in gymnastics? I went to a free class at El Paso Community College when I was little because my sister was there for something in the summer, and then I was like, my mom was like, well, you're staying here too, so just pick a course. You know, I saw the gymnastics room. They had all these trampolines and all this little shit, and I was like, oh man. I was like, here we go. But
it's crazy because I think that helped you a lot in skating, because I remember like a lot of times you'd fall and you got long arms, so I remember like your arms going down, like your back feet going up. Yeah, I would do like a certain roll.
Yeah,
a certain roll,
or like a ninja roll, and pump myself up.
Yeah, I mean, because you know some people knew how to fall.
I used to say, I'm not a professional skateboarder. I'm a professional faller. I'm a professional faller.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't really remember you ever.
It was a freak accident when I tore my ACL. Yeah. You know,
but I mean that's usually how it goes. Like, I mean, I hurt my knee. I'm stupid. Like,
it's like always such a stupid freak accident. You know,
but. At least when you were going down all the stairs and even the rest of stuff and you were bailing. Oh, I know. Not a lot of people knew how to bail in a certain way that you can kind of keep going at it, you know?
Yeah.
So that's interesting to see that. Easy. That's something that...
Yeah, no.
That was like, it seems like, I thought you were doing it all the time, like you were in it, like doing competitions and stuff.
No. It was only just one summer, and I was like fucking like 11 years old or something. You know?
What kind of adds to somebody's like career? Any type of like passion, especially
it definitely fucking helped. Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, it was a good thing. You know, I also had like 3 trampolines, you know, so I was always jumping.
Really, a freaking?
Yeah, well, the one would tear, and then I'd go buy another one. Then I'd get another one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the last one, we would do like flips off the roof, and my friend Gabe Vasquez out there, no one had jumped on the trampoline. It was all hot. Front flip off the roof, the trampoline tears, fucking dirt goes flying everywhere. Shout out to Fat Gabe.
Oh man.
And then anyways, freaking but it got to the point where my mom was like, "Oh, I'm tired of buying you boards, you know, this is bullshit, you know. I'm buying you those shoes and you're going out and skating them, you fucking dumbass, you know."
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to buy me boards anymore. But this was still when Skate City was open, so this started before Skate City closed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you would give me your old boards, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I started skating size 8.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was on 775, and then you would be setting up a new board.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like a blue blank with the Skate City stickers, you know?
Yeah.
With the Skate City stickers, you know?
Did the same way, like.
And I'd be like, can I have that old one? And you'd be like, yeah. And I was like, oh man, this is a big ass board, you know?
Yeah.
This is a big ass.
It's funny now because like I remember.
Now they're all small. It's like.
I remember I was skating such a small board, and then I think as I got a little bit older, I was like, dude, I can't. I think it was after the aesthetics board.
Uh-huh.
I was like, dude, I'm skating too small of boards. And I remember like, I think hearing about like Ed Templeton and Reynolds and all them skating like 8th and stuff. So I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm like, I think I'm as tall as them. So I'm like, why am I skating such a fucking little board?
Yeah.
You know, so then I got an 8. I started buying 8s, and all my friends were like, damn, bro, fucking surfboard.
You got a canoe?
Yeah, dude.
Freaking canoe, dude?
And then I remember a period of like maybe like 8, maybe 9 years ago, everybody was like going to like almost fucking like 9s.
Yeah.
It got like out of hand. Like even like I would see like 10-year-old kids like, no, dude, my board's 875. I'm like, dude, why is your board so big?
You can have a size 6 shoe or a fucking 5 shoe.
Yeah, dude, just like, and like I can't kickflip. And I'm like, dude, your board's too big. You know?
Yeah.
And like, but I mean, when I think about it, like I have cousins that skated like in the 80s. And like they had like 9s.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
And they were like kickflipping.
Yeah. So it's like history repeats itself, you know.
Yeah.
But it varies with certain people because I mean Manny Santiago still skates like a 7.8 or some random size, like you know, some random size.
Yeah, when I buy 8s, a lot of times like if I'm going to or wherever I'm buying them from, like someone will see it and like, oh, you skate an 8? I thought you skated like something way bigger. And I'm like, why? I'm just like, they make it sound like now it's too small.
No. Well, yeah, it was a point in time where I think it was when the plaza opened, when the Santa Teresa Plaza opened. Fucking, I was skating like, cause I went from 7.5, 7.75 to 8, and I would ride those sizes for like years, you know, and then 8.125, 8.25, you know, and I was probably like at 8.25 at the time, and all the kids were like the younger dudes were like, dude, you gotta get on an 8.5, bro, you know, you gotta get on an 8.5, you know? And I was like, all right, I'll try it. The reason I liked it was because me and you have the same size foot, you know, but it gave me more room to land, you know. Gave me a lot more wheel bite, but I rolled away from that wheel bite, you know? I rolled away from that wheel bite. Yeah, my wheel bite was like a canoe down there, you know?
Yeah, 8.5 I rode 8.5 for a while, and it was like not bad actually.
I'm still there.
You're still 8.5?
Yeah,
it's not bad size. I'll just switch it up just because like if I'm trying to get my flip tricks down again.
Yeah,
you know,
it's good to switch it up. I just at this point in time, I don't like wasting money on that shit. Yeah. I'll do what I can. And I used to always do what I can. I used to skate any board. I used to skate any board. I remember I won a contest, a Sugar Sport. Remember Sugar Sports?
Yeah.
I won a Sugar Sports contest. Oh, we gotta give a shout out to Marco Jazbinski.
Or Jazbinek?
I don't know how to say it, but I won the contest with an ollie big spin on the 5-stair at the indoor.
Yeah.
And freaking
yeah.
And he was like, you're the winner. He's like, come on over here. We're gonna give you all the sugar stuff, you know. You get the Sugar Detour DVD, you know. The Sugar Detour DVD. We'll give you a sugar board. It was like I think that one was an 8.5, but I was like, this was way before 8.5s were cool, you know. And I had to skate it, you know. It was huge, bro. But it was a sugar, you know.
Dude, that dude was hustling, man. When I think about it, I remember when I had the skate shop, he would call me all the time. Like, hey, Mark, Hey, when are you ready for us to come down, man?
Yeah.
Let's do something.
We got Mario signs.
Oh, dude, yeah.
We got the whole sugar, the azúcar team.
Yeah, and I was like, and I remember I didn't have like enough. I could have done it, but I was just like, you know, during the demo, I was just like, no. I don't know why I was like against doing it.
Yeah.
Because I remember, well, because Crooks was doing it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so they were pretty much.
Well, we had a lot of funny, good tours. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Expedition came. I can't remember his name right now. He was so fucking good. He's on the KO video. You know the dun 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 dun, and he did all those crazy tricks. He skated vert and Chaney. What was his name? Chaney Linguozzini. Freaking.
No.
Well,
yes.
Something like that. Anyways, I was talking. He's so sick.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him and the Expedition team and that day that was the first day I did big flip front board on the step up rail. Because they didn't want us skating during the demo, but we would try to jump in and try to do a trick anyways.
Yeah.
And anyways, but Chaney saw my big flip front board on the step up rail, and he was like, that was sick, you know. And I was like, yeah. I was asking him like about like how to like, you know, because this was 2009, like 2009 or something,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I was like, how can I make it, or how can I do this? And he says, well, you're only as good as your city makes you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and what he meant by that was like...
Damn, he said that?
Yeah, Chaney told that to me. He was like, you're only as good as your city makes you or lets you be, you know? Because you get to a certain point where you might have to at that time, you had to move to Cali, you know? At that time, you had to move to Cali, and you get to a certain point where you've connected all the dots, you know, and you gotta make it out somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So another guy that told me something really funny was we took the 4-star team. Also, damn, we took everybody to Super Salad, and we went to Super Salad. And you remember Andrew Brophy?
Yes.
Andrew Brophy. They were looking at the rail, like sizing it up, and he was like, and I had crooked it, and I don't know what happened to that footage, but I had crooked it. I can't remember. I don't even know if I fucking landed it. to be honest, because I know I did board slide to feeble on it, like board slide to feeble.
Yeah, I think.
And anyways, or I think he was asking me, what have you tried on it, Andrew Brophy?
Mm-hmm.
And you know he has that funny accent, you know,
Mm-hmm.
freaking. I was like Australian, or no, yeah, it is Australian, yeah, it is Australian, because I was crooking it, and he looked at it and he said, "That's a bloody long crook, Josh." That's a bloody long crook, and I was like, yeah, it was freaking, but I don't think I landed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a liar.
You said, but he gave you good advice.
Yeah, a lot of people gave me a lot of good advice. When I was on PAL, the filmer, oh man, they used to email me and stuff, and I can't remember his name right now, but he still films. It's not coming to my head, but you know, I still have all those emails. But freaking, he told me how to conduct myself even at that point in time, which at that point in time was like 2010, 2011. But he was saying, like, you know, how to showcase yourself and not be cocky, you know, be confident but not cocky. Don't act like a fool, represent the company, you know, do everything correctly, and you know, maintain your stability and keep moving forward. But I jumped from sponsor to sponsor, but they were all flows, but the best sponsor ever was Zoo York. Remember Zoo York?
Yeah.
That was the best one. That was
Yeah.
the best. Well, that was just, I'm not saying it was the best one, but it was just like the most boards I've ever gotten, you know?
Yeah.
I was getting like packages of 10 boards, you know, like 10 boards. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck am I gonna go break them, you know?
Yeah.
But it was cool. It was cool. I was kind of like a flow slut, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a flow slut. Oh my gosh. But no, it was cool. But yeah. You know what's the hardest thing is to get like you get a board sponsor, and then you get a truck sponsor, bearings. The hardest thing is freaking shoes. It's crazy when someone just has a shoe sponsor. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But yeah, Lakai sent me, I think 3 boxes of shoes, and that was the coolest thing ever. Yeah. But a lot of people like shout out to Diego Alvarado. I gotta give shout outs to everyone out here. But I saw Diego one time at his crib. He was on Vox. Remember, is Vox still around?
I don't know.
But yeah, he had a lot of shoes from Vox and stuff.
I had a pair of Vox one time.
Yeah, I liked them. Yeah, I liked them. Yeah, so next question.
What are you talking about?
A million things.
Yeah.
A million things.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was good. So, is there any skateboarding videos that you're liking right now? Like, what do you think about like as far as like the new stuff that's coming out? Like, you would say just on YouTube. Are you watching those things?
I literally watch everything. I watch every single thing, and I'm a skateboard nerd, freaking. But I'm so excited for Jamie Foy right now. 2-time Skater of the Year. The only other people to do that was Jeff Rowley and Mark Appleyard, or Andrew Reynolds. One of those 3 got it twice. But his new part was fucking sick. I like all that shit. I like everything. I love skating in general. I watch Pocket Skate Mag, Free Skate Mag, Jenkum, all that shit. Did you see? Remember that video we used to like, Video Days?
Yeah.
When the guy Marano throws his car.
I haven't seen the video yet. But I know what you're talking about. I saw it showed up on my feed.
They really tried to find it, and they went all the way out there, and it was in somewhere in Mexico. It's like when you cross the San Diego border or something. I don't know.
Tijuana.
Like Tijuana or something. Yeah.
That's right.
But they were trying to find it bad, man, and they couldn't find it. But yeah, all those videos. I even would watch old videos, like fucking like the old Plan B videos with Jeremy Ray.
Like
the Plan B freaking.
Oh my god.
When he skates to fucking
damn.
To Led Zeppelin. Yeah. That one was really good. All those old videos are good. I got to meet Jeremy Ray. That was super cool. We got to eat Chico's tacos with him.
Where was that? Is it
what team was that? I don't know. It was Paul Hart, Marty Murawski. It was the Bones team.
Oh, okay.
So it was Marty Murawski, Paul Hart, Jeremy Ray, a couple of other cats. I can't remember who.
Yeah.
But that was cool, man. That was super cool.
Do you have a favorite trick that you've done here?
A lot, yeah, a lot. I'm so thankful that this is gonna sound so fucked up, but that a lot of the kids that are good now are goofy, because I'm regular, So like that's kind of cool, I have a lot of tricks.
But what's one? Would you say if you could put one that's like at least, it doesn't have to be the most difficult one?
Big flip from board, Hawkins.
Yeah.
Fakey flip, Lee Trevino 12. Switch big heel, Northeast 9. And kick flip the double 5-stair on George Dieter. But
the church?
Yeah, but 2 other guys did it on one of the Zero videos at the Friends part. Some guy did it as the ender, kick flip that same double set, and then there was another guy. It wasn't Nick Palmquist. It was another guy like that retired skating early. Some guy with blonde hair, but he kick flipped it also. So 3 people have kick flipped it. Yeah, but I liked that kick flip. It was on Christmas Eve, It was on Christmas Eve, and the priest was like, "Get out of here,"
Yeah.
He's all, "The church is about to get filled, It's Christmas Eve, And I was like, "Sir, one more." I was pushing, trying to put my headphones on, you know, with the wires and shit, you know.
Yeah.
I only had one on, and I'm like pushing all fast as fuck, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking, it like shifted. It was like, oh. And when I landed, everyone was like, holy shit. But that one was cool. But a lot of tricks, you know, a lot of tricks fucking felt good, man. Fucking, I like tricks that I don't do often, like, you know, heel flips, and I used to fucking fakey heel shit, you know. Fucking, it's crazy, but yeah. What's another good question? Did you just freaking drool on me?
You really did. What's the most difficult spot you've skated here?
Oof.
Like, was it the police? Was it the location of it? The ground? What do you think?
Catching me off guard, but the Ross Gap was always a bitch because of all the cracks. You know, it was like tudum, 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 tudum.
The Ross Gap, which is the
Ross Gap's the one that Joe Barreras and ollied, and then I kickflipped, and then I frontside flipped.
Oh yes, that one.
That one's like tudum, 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 tudum.
What about the one by Bassett into the street?
Oh, that one was
What do you think about it?
You know, those are the type of spots where you really have to trust your spotter, you know. And when they're like, you know, I always, if someone's a spotter, I'm like, I have to trust that guy.
Yeah.
You know, give me the thumbs up, you know. No cars are coming, you know, no cars are coming.
Yeah.
Fucking, because it's kind of scary, but yeah, I loved frontside flipping that one. That one was cool. Yeah.
It was pretty easy. Not easy like to do a trick, but I mean like there was no besides the spotting thing, but like straightforward like.
I always liked jumping down stuff, so. But rail-wise, my biggest fear was rails. I was always such a pussy with rails, you know. Like,
yeah.
and the only reason I did a lot of rails was because of the fear factor and the intimidation from your peers, you know. I remember one time we got to the UTEP rail. You know the UTEP rail, the white one that's not there anymore.
Yeah.
The one next to the grass.
It's like an 8.
No, it was like an extended 8, you know. But it was really nice with the grass on the side. Yeah. John and Ollie lit back in the day, you know. That was so sick. And this was when Rudy had that car, the half orange, half black, you know, the Halloween car, the Honda Civic, you know. So we all have our boards in the trunk, and I was like, I grabbed my board.
Yeah.
I grabbed my board, and Rudy says, because I was in the skating rails back then, you know, and this is a pretty big damn handrail for us back then. This was Caucasian Asian 1, I think, where I used this clip. But I grabbed my board, and Rudy's all, don't grab your board. You're not going to skate that. And I said, well, now I'm going to fucking have to, you know. It's fucking kind of mean, you know. It's kind of mean, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, I board slid it, and then I back 50'd it. And that was one of my favorite back 50s ever.
Yeah.
Later on, I feebled it, and then I back lipped to fakie later on, you know, like way later.
You did?
Yeah, I back lipped to faked it.
Where's that?
2012 on Dan Greep's
really?
Summer montage. Yeah.
I have to find that.
Yeah. Maybe we could link up some clips in the back, you know, we could put them right here, you know. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
But that back 50 always was like, you know, when someone is like, you know, you're not going to do this. You know, I loved Paul. Rest in peace, Paul Ewan, one of your best friends, you know. But when we were leaving Knuckle, remember? I probably told you this story a million times. We were grabbing your cameras and we were leaving to go to Running Bear to film my last trick for the Knuckle video. And we were leaving. Oh yeah. You remember this one?
Yeah. Okay.
Should I say it?
No,
The freaking yeah, Paul was like, he was like, where you guys going? And we were like, we're going to Running Bear. Or you said, we're going to Running Bear.
Yeah.
And he said, who's going to skate it? And I was like, me, you know?
Yeah.
And he was like, what are you going to try? And I was like, switch ollie. And he was like, you're going to eat shit. He was like, he said, you're going to die. He said, you're going to eat shit, you know? And I was like, fuck. I was like, all right, Paul, you know, because I respected him so much. He was so sick, you know? And I was like, but it kind of gave me the little boost of motivation, you know? He gave me the boost of motivation to do it. Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah. I think I remember that. I remember him saying that.
Yeah, he was like shaking his head like.
It's funny because I posted a clip of the running bear thing, and like a lot of people were talking to me about the gap, and I never really thought about it. But there's a lot of people that were writing like, oh man, like I never really wanted to skate that gap, or like
it's a drop.
Yeah, the drop. Yeah, like it was just too big. Like it was just a mess in my head because
it was ridiculous.
Because it was just that, and I never thought about it that there was like
it was a staple back in the day.
Yeah,
it was like
a handful of like skaters that were doing it. So definitely like a switch ollie going into that.
Yeah, because John 180, John 180'd it.
Yeah, him and Julian 180'd it.
Yeah, and then but Julian nollied it, that nollie's way cooler than my switch ollie, bro.
It sucks because I wish I could find the other foot, like the other angle too.
And we can't leave Kevin out. Nollie took me.
Nollie
took me.
Yeah, Nollie
Kevin will be
me.
pissed.
Yeah. Nollie took me, and then I was trying to remember all the tricks that Max kickflipped it right.
That was a crazy one, bro. Because like he caught it, and then it left his feet.
Yeah,
and then he still lands back on it. And we were like, oh, it was like it's good, like a touchdown, like a shitty touchdown.
Yeah, no.
Fucking Bodie's hair's all here.
Yeah, definitely.
No, but that was super cool, man. Those were always high points in my life, and freaking I loved all that shit, man. I loved all that shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to put my switch blunt on Hawkins right here because a lot of people that was never on a part.
Yeah, that's right.
It was never on a part.
Yeah, I saw it the other day because I had just the raw clips, so I'll put it up.
Yeah, that was cool, man. That was super cool. All the stuff I did, fucking, I don't know. I'm just so thankful, like, I never got too many pats on the back. It's not like I was the best football player, the best basketball player, the best hockey player, the best whatever player. My mom never even gave me props in skating. It wasn't until stuff started coming in the mail, until she was like, all right, puto, all right, puto. But skateboarding always gave me a sense of self-accomplishment and self-meaning, and I think that's what it gives to a lot of people. So I think that's what's cool about skateboarding because it's self-accomplishments and it makes you just have something to look forward to, and I think that's the most important thing, just to have fun and just do what you want, which skateboarding, I think that's what it should be, just do what you want, skate whatever the fuck, have fun, no rules. Yeah, so basically that, freaking, I didn't even let you ask your question.
That's okay. I mean, I don't really have any more. I think that's good.
Yeah, so we'll close this off with Bodia.
All right, thanks, Josh.